Hey gang, it's Gwen from Punkinworks. Back to you from the garage. And today I wanted to show you how I do my ombre cups. So I've already got my epoxy mixed. I'm using Pro Marine Supplies epoxy. And so far I'm just trying out this new epoxy. It is a 50-50 mix, just like many of the other glitters, the epoxies. And so far it's seemed to be pretty good. I haven't had any trouble with micro bubbles or anything like that, so I thought I would try it out because it seemed to have pretty good ratings. So today I'm gonna do this ombre, and I've already prepped my cup. So I wanted to show you what I do to start my ombres, and I think the base is really the key to having a great ombre. So I sanded the cup, and then I did a base coat, probably about 3/4 of the way up, of blue, and then I came back once it dried and I did a yellow, because this cup is going to be these really pretty blue and gold colors. So I wanted to find something that was kind of similar. So I'm just going to take my epoxy, and I have this on, believe it or not, a cardboard tube. It's a really thick, heavy-duty cardboard tube, and there's a pool noodle inside there. This came with a grill that we bought in the packaging, and there are a couple of these in there, and I figured I can use them to glitter. So it doesn't take a whole ton of epoxy for this first coat. In fact, it's going to be a really, really light coat. So I'm just going to get some on the tip of my finger and just start smoothing it out. And then we'll come back in once this is all done and take some of it off. Because again, like I said, we want just a really, really thin coat. Now you'll notice that my base coat is not perfect by any means. See, I've got a fingerprint there and some other smudges, but for this one I just wanted to make sure that I had a good foundation color, so that, one, you use less glitter whenever you have the colors that are similar to the glitter that you're going to use, because it covers up any possible gaps that there may be in between the glitter. So you do use a lot less glitter, and I think when you use the two different colors and you are working on an ombre, it makes it easier to ombre your colors, because you've already got a base layout of what you are going to do. So now that I've coated this pretty well with epoxy, I'm just going to take my silicone brush, and I'm just going to remove any excess that may be on there, because if you leave any excess, it's going to give a pooling effect, and it's going to make your glitter look a little bit funky. So for this cup, the end result is going to end up being a college-themed cup. Morgantown, or WVU, is the college. So hopefully these colors are pretty close to what they should be for the college. I think they are. So I'm just taking my silicone brush and just smoothing out any possible excess that there may be on this cup. The epoxy is really going to act like our glue. And there's tons of other methods you could use. You could use Mod Podge or tacky spray. I've tried those. I definitely prefer the epoxy method. Alright, so we're going to let this sit for just a moment while I get us ready for our next step. Alright, so the reason why I like to keep it on this tube to do ombres is because I feel like I've got a lot more control. I can give any angle that I want, and depending on the angle is how the glitter is going to fall. So I'm just going to first go with no angle whatsoever, at least a little angle, and do the bottom of my cup. Alright, shake some excess off. You can see that that's pretty well covered there on the bottom. I like to use these little cups too, just because I feel like it gives me more control over the glitter. So I want to coat the bottom pretty solid, so I'm not going to have much of a tilt as I'm doing the bottom. And I'm just slowly turning as I'm tapping out my glitter. Give it a little shake. And we'll reload our cup. This way too, I feel like we don't have as much dirty glitter whenever you're tapping from a cup. You can always get more. Still working on not too much of an angle. A little tap. All right, so now I'm going to take this and angle it a little bit more because I want it to kind of fall into the yellow. Not like a thick solid, but I want it to just fall so that you start to see some of the yellow coming through the blue. So can you see how some of that yellow is coming through the blue? I think I want to do just a tad more on the blue. And then we'll go back in with the gold. And lightly, you've got a good angle. And then lightly just tapping. All right, love it. All right, now we're going to come back in with our gold. And with our gold, we're going to start at the top of the cup and work our way down. Top of the cup we want to be pretty solid, so we have a nice coverage. And now, since we're getting close to the blue, we're just going to start to angle it a little bit further. And then the epoxy that is already on the cup will start to fill in the gaps between the blue and where the gold would be. There you have it. So you can see how pretty that blue and the gold look together. Now, I'm actually going to go back in with my blue again, because the gold is a chunkier glitter. I'm going to go back in with my blue and fill in any other little tiny spots that there may be. To help, again, move that ombre a little bit more, to blend that ombre a little bit more. And there you have it. A pretty blue and gold ombre cup. All right, so if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Talk to you soon, back in the garage.